You want basketball? We got you.
What about plays on the turf? We got you covered.
Or maybe even a knock right out of the park.
We give you our takes on the latest sports news, music, and anything trending around the world.
You are now in the clutch with Nia
and Malik. What is going on, y'all? It's episode 5. We are in the clutch.
In the clutch.
With Nia and Malik. Nia, I don't know what to say anymore, man. Boy, I said that we needed a pre-production staff, and I seriously mean it now. This is a faith for us.
Yeah. We had a couple technical difficulties before we kicked off this official and final episode 5 copy, but we good now. We here.
We straight.
A couple hiccups. Yeah. My backdrop was beating me up.
Literally.
No, literally. It really was, y'all. Malik has some little microphone issues, but guess what? We here.
And that's what makes us stronger.
Yes. That's what builds character.
Adversity. Yes. Adversity builds character.
Humbling experiences.
Man, yeah, we got humbled real quick too.
Nah.
But besides that, I mean, we got some good stuff today for y'all, man. Some really good stuff. Some good updates. Some crazy things, but we're not gonna go too far. Let's start off with Clutch Update, Nia. Let's go.
Clutch Update. Let's get it.
Okay, guys. First on the list, biggest thing that happened this past weekend, Disney World in Orlando has emerged as the clear front runner as the location for the NBA's return this summer. Nia, we are almost there. So close. How you feel about it?
I'm excited. I know there's a lot of things that they have to take into consideration with they're trying to figure out, of course, if they're going to kick off with just playoffs or finish out the season. Then you have to take into consideration with players traveling to their marketplace cities, training camps, if it makes sense for players to even travel back to their marketplace cities or just go straight to the bubble site. And I get it. I see it from both sides, but it is going to be kind of an inconvenience for a lot of people because it's like, okay, players who maybe play for the Nets or the Knicks, you got them going back to New York where it's the epicenter for the coronavirus. You have your overseas players who are trying to figure out what they're going to do. You got to think about the Raptors, going back to Canada for training camp. Not to mention, you're going to have to quarantine when you get to your training camp. And then when you get to the bubble site, you got to quarantine yourselves again. So it's a lot. And then, of course, on top of that, the biggest question is, what is the NBA going to do? Are they going to continue on and pick up where the season left off at? Or are they going to kick off for playoffs?
Yeah. That's a lot. Because right now, you have all these players. They're probably not even in their playing sites right now. So they're probably scattered all across the world right now. So you have to get them to where they were originally playing. I heard that they might do maybe a 2-week training camp there. Then you have to move them to Orlando. That's another risk. So it's basically risk on top of risk. You never know. So then you got to move them there for training camp for 2 weeks. And then I guess that's where the season starts after that. I know one thing that was really questionable for me is I know Disney World, the complex is really popular, but I only heard it's only about 3 arenas. It's a lot of hotels that these players can stay at. So living is not a problem, but these arenas, it's 3 arenas, about 30 teams. How are you going to be able to fit all these teams in these 3 arenas? I mean, we're going to have a 1 o'clock game and 3 o'clock game, 7 o'clock. Like it's gonna be a lot.
So from what I remember when I used to play at the Wide World Sports, shout out to all the NBA players whose basketball careers have started there, because that's where
Yes,
mine
sir.
started, traveling, playing AAU. We were in Orlando every year. And I know how the way they did it for us. And of course, they're probably not going to do this for the NBA, but this is just a hypothetical kind of way of my thinking, is that I know that for us, yes, I think it was maybe like 3 arenas, but they had a lot of courts, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's not
Okay.
just like it's not just one big court. I know from what I remember, they do have the main arena, and it has that one full court. And then behind it, it's like it can be multiple courts. I don't think they'll do it that way, because that's like AAU. It's a lot. And who wants to play all at the same time? I don't think they'll do it that way. But that's where it falls under, where how are they going to do the season? Because it's like, if you do if you pick up from where you left off at, then you got to think about time slots.
Yeah.
Players coming in at certain times. Where are they going to play? Is it going to be televised? It's so many things that you have to think about. But if they go that route, there are plenty of courts. They just separate them all off. But I don't think they would do it that way, because that's just tournament style play, and it would be stupid.
Because the only thing that's really gonna be separating them is a net, right? I mean,
it'll be the little backdrop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
so I don't know if that's gonna be really funny. If
it's gonna be a lot. I know what used to mess us up when we were playing, and they did, the split the courts or whatever. You would hear the ref blow the whistle, but it could be from a whole different game. And then you're stopping in the middle of the game. Everybody's yelling at you, keep going. It wasn't that ref. So I don't know. It's a lot.
Probably going to be something like the summer league, where they have a game, and then you got the other two teams waiting outside trying to wait till the next game. So, and then I guess it's going to be like that. So all 4 teams probably going to be just dapping each other up, like, okay, man, next game, all right, all that good stuff. But I know that Shams of The Athletic, he posted like a poll that that the GMs and the coaches were giving, and it's a different type of formats, I guess, today that they plan on doing. So the first one was advanced directly to the playoff, like you said. They have a new playoff plus option, where it says expanding the number of teams with the opportunity to play either through holding a play-in tournament to determine the final seeds to be played by the bubble teams, or replacing the first round of the playoffs with a group stage. I don't know how that's going to go. Then you have just resume the regular season with all 30 teams. And then you have resume the regular season with the 30 teams plus the play-in option. And then you have another playoff plus play-in option. So a lot of different things, but the biggest concern for me is this whole, should they skip straight to the playoffs, or should they just do some regular season games and then go to the playoffs?
Okay, they should do some regular season games and then go to the playoffs, because I know that you had stated that basically we have to think about the teams who are neck and neck for taking those seeds as well. We didn't even have an established like who is, top seed through the A seed. So, and if they do something where they're like, oh, well, we're going to base off of, the points and what you've done before the season was, interrupted. I would hate for them to base it off of, well, this player, this team lost to this team and they had this many points, so they're able to go, because that can happen too. But if they can do some regular seasons, like those teams that we know are competing for the 8th seed or 7th spot or wherever, they should be the ones that are playing. Minus, no shade, but like the Knicks, no reason for you to go. Hawks, no reason for you to go. I mean, it just wouldn't make any sense, because what are you competing for?
Right.
So it's fewer teams, fewer players, fewer staff, the less people there are to contract this virus. Granted, it's still going to be a lot of people,
Yeah.
but you got all 30 teams there. It just makes absolutely no
One
sense
spot.
to me.
Yeah, like you said, some of these teams really don't have anything to play for. Like you said, the Knicks, Cleveland got 19 wins, Atlanta 20. I mean, they're no way catching up to that 8 spot with Orlando with 30. I know 2 things. The first thing, they gonna have to play some regular season. If they skip straight to the playoffs, they have to get some games in, because if we do skip straight to there, that first round is probably going to be horrendous. That first game, it's probably going to be, the highest score is probably going to be like 60. Because there's no, you have to get in a groove. Training camp and the real game are 2 different things.
Yeah.
And I haven't played, but I know it just makes it's common sense.
Not to mention you went 3 months without playing, and
Exactly.
then there are some players who aren't really fortunate enough to say, hey, I have a gym in my backyard, so I'm just going to go play there, and I'm not saying that no player hasn't been working out, but you don't know. You don't know. So you have to get those players back into basketball shape. And it's just a different type of in shape. You can train and work out by yourself all day, but that basketball in shape, it's always different. So you're right. That's a great point to say that it may be a very low scoring game those first couple games.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of in shape, have you seen James Harden? Those pictures recently?
Wow, he looks very thin.
The bubble gut is gone.
Yeah, he looks pretty thin. Maybe he's just been burning it off. Walking
all his weight with this beard, because that beard bad. I don't know if that was the sun reflecting off his beard, but it looked like some gray. Maybe it was the sun reflecting off his beard, but there like some gray in his beard. I'm pretty sure it's not, because he's in his 30, 31. So it's probably not. Maybe I'm tripping.
I mean, it could be though. It could be. I mean, we've seen LeBron. I mean, LeBron has a lot of gray in his beard.
Yeah, LeBron like a caveman.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, embrace it. That means you're wise.
True.
It means you're wise.
So, the NBA teams, they are expecting some guidelines around June 1st for their return. So, and I also heard that they're having a call on Friday to see any further. I mean, they're probably going to come up with some more things this Friday. So we're getting there. It's close. It's definitely close.
Yep. And I know that the buzz is that they want to start back the season around mid-July, July 15th-ish. So, I mean, you got the whole month of June to work out, get in shape.
Yeah.
Have that time to quarantine those players, and we'll just see. But hey, at least we're closer to some basketball coming back.
Right. Do you think that they should interfere with the NFL season starting in September or whenever it starts?
They're not going to have no choice but to, though. They're not going to have any choice but to. And I'm sure that, a lot of commissioners and presidents and GMs or whoever, I know that they'll come up with some type of creative idea to where it doesn't really interfere with one another and the ratings. But at this point, you're going to have to do what you got to do to salvage the season.
Yeah, true.
So.
It is what it is. So I know one thing though. LeBron James, he said, "Y'all not stopping me from doing this. Y'all not stopping me from striving for greatness. I got the first seed. I got a good team around me. I'm getting older. We gonna get this work in now."
Yeah.
And he had already started holding these private workouts with his teammates, and it's really weird how he's doing. I think he's doing it with just 2 players at a time.
Yep. 1 or 2
So,
players.
and I think those players are coming in getting tested, so everything's good. So LeBron is a great guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing what he got to do. If he's doing safe, if he's taking safe protocols and he's making sure that they come in, they practice social distancing, they get tested. You have 1 or 2 people. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anybody. I mean, gosh, at least he's not out at the club or something.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, California governor, he said that there could be pro sports back in the state nearly as the first week of June. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's mad at LeBron for doing what he's supposed to do with his team, then I mean,
Right.
look, we got more things to be upset about. And
Mhm.
somebody who's trying to get his team back together, get everybody back in shape, to me, that shows leadership within him. You know, getting
Right.
his teammates together and say, hey, guys, if you feel comfortable, I'm doing workouts at blah, 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 blah. Let's get right and let's be ready.
The telly.
Yeah, let's be one step ahead of the game because I know they want it. So if you want
Yeah.
something, you're gonna make sure you make it happen. So
And he's not the only one that's trying to make it happen, because I also heard the Clippers are holding private workouts, so they're
Mhm,
not playing as
mhm,
well. So
mhm.
this is great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's been
Good.
happening. It's just the fact that now it's
True.
being surfaced, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that this has been going on. And
Just
like
a
I
bunch of
said, if
backlash.
yeah,
Probably
I
wrong.
mean, if you got something negative to say about teams doing what they're supposed to do to make sure that everyone's in shape, then I don't know. It's not like they're having a full on all 5-on-5
Right.
and they're in the gym, they're not getting tested, they're not practice social distancing, they're not doing none of that. Because like I said, we got more things to worry about than somebody making sure that their team makes it to
Facts.
playoffs.
Facts.
Mm,
Hey man, get your workout in, man.
no, for real.
Get it rolling. So the NBA is not the only pro sports that is coming back. We got the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
They voted to allow the on-campus athletic activities to resume in football and men's and women's basketball starting June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So the NCAA has followed the NBA. So I think he's gonna keep adding on. I think
Yeah.
good too.
And like everybody is making sure that they follow those protocols. They're wiping stuff down. From what I read, I mean, Louisville, the first ACC school to allow workouts,
Right.
I know that they're not even allowing their players to even shower after workouts. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, they're doing a lot of deep cleaning. People have to get tested. You got to practice social distancing. And I mean, if that's what they have to do to ensure safety, I mean, I don't know what a shower is. I don't know. I thought that would maybe be a good
I
thing,
thought
but
that's you're supposed to.
there, from what I read, is that they are not allowing players to shower at public facilities, which is stupid to me because it's like, wouldn't you want to directly? But hey, but Louisville being the first ACC school to allow workouts starting June 8th. Of course, they became the first in the ACC. Like I said earlier, protocols, coronavirus testing, to try and ensure safe environment. Some students will return next week. And yeah, it's about 30 football players, 15 men's and women's basketball players. I think from what I read, it was like 60 Olympic trainees. And yeah, I don't know. They'll be required to quarantine for 11 days before they get back in the gym or on the field.
Okay.
So that's smart.
Good.
And I know that everybody's confused right now because they're like 11 days. Well, actually, a report just came out not too long ago saying that 11 days is actually now the standard time to quarantine yourself. And it's not 14 days anymore, apparently. So
yeah, knocked it down to 3. Knocked it 3 days down.
yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, at one point we are going to have to go back to, our normal lives.
Yeah.
And at least try and figure some things out. But I know that it is rigorous for a lot of schools to get their players in for summer workouts, football getting back in for training camp and all that stuff. So I'm sure everyone else will follow after this.
Good stuff, man. This is great.
Yeah.
Starting to feel happy again. Boy, when this stuff started, man, oh my gosh. I didn't know what to do.
It was a mess. I couldn't believe it was going on, like a world without sports. What?
Crazy.
March Madness is canceled? The Olympics?
March Madness. The
March
Olympics.
Madness. The Olympics. Seriously?
And we were stuck with The Last Dance. Nothing wrong with that, because it's a great thing. That was a great documentary for the people watching, like the fans, but maybe not Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant.
Oh.
They have some problems with how they were portrayed in this.
Yeah.
And Horace Grant had himself, boy, he wasn't having it. He went on an interview and was going off.
Yeah. He laid it out.
He called MJ a snitch. All of that.
He said it's a so-called documentary. But you know what? It's crazy, Malik, because, and I know we talked about this last week a little bit with E, and basically we are now able to soak in and kind of reflect on this documentary. All the different things that we didn't know what happened, all the different things that have been brought to light,
right?
All the different things that Michael has faced, all the trials and tribulations the Chicago Bulls have faced. And you know what? Horace made a good point to from what I saw, is the fact that it was told from Michael's angle.
Sure.
He had the utmost control as to how this documentary is going to be put out. And, you know, I think it is foul that you basically went your rookie season and you went in the hotel room and saw your teammates with coke and women and alcohol and whatever else. And you know, trying to paint yourself as if I wasn't involved, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You throwing people under the bus. And I mean, honestly, now that I'm sitting back and I'm reflecting, like, granted, yes, I still think it was a great documentary. It was very entertaining.
For sure.
But now that we are seeing it from the other sides, as if Michael had sole control over this documentary.
He was the one that greenlighted it. If he didn't greenlight it, it wasn't going to go through. It didn't matter if Scottie Pippen greenlighted it or Horace greenlighted it or Steve Kerr. All it matters was if Michael Jordan said, let the documentary fly, it was going to come out. And he was going to do everything in his power to make sure. I mean, you know, he added a little stuff in there with the gambling and everything. I mean, a little. That was for one episode, but as far as the bigger picture, this was all about Jordan and his rise. And, you know, I think Scottie got an episode. Dennis got an episode. But other than that, I mean,
it was all about him.
This was the Michael Jordan documentary, not the 1998 Chicago Bulls documentary.
And you know what? It would have been a different story if it was just specifically focused on Michael.
Yeah.
Even though it technically was. But if it I just think, and now, like I said, now that I'm thinking about it now, when we think of The Last Dance, there's so many other people involved. It's not just Michael Jordan.
Right.
It's teammates, GMs, coaches, everybody. And so when you tell a documentary about that last season, that last dance, you want everybody's input.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I don't blame Horace for being upset, because he's upset that Michael has a grudge against him, as if like there's still an issue. And Horace basically said, anytime I see him, he ain't got nothing to say.
When I leave, you want to keep doing this. But then when I come around, you don't want to post up. So, how about you just say it to my face?
But the moment I turn my back, you got the most to say. Like, I'm a snitch. I told Sam Smith to write that because I'm good friends with Sam Smith. But you sitting here putting your teammates under the bus as if you were just this angel.
Yeah.
Because if they were to highlight any of Michael's the real Michael Jordan, and granted, yes, they basically laid it out how he used to talk crazy to everybody, and Horace said that too, that, you know, he got away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Talking crazy to people.
But and it made it seem like they were just taking it. But Horace was talking about, like, they were going back at him. So they didn't show that part either, really.
Yeah. And you know what? And even Horace, well, other than Steve Kerr, they showed Steve Kerr. Because I don't think anybody would imagine Steve Kerr like even getting into a physical altercation with anybody. But then Horace pointed out something that I didn't even think about at one point. He said that Michael's personal relationships or close relationships with his closest friends have deteriorated over the years because Michael doesn't like for people to criticize him or tell him about himself. He don't want to hear the truth about himself.
Yeah.
So take it back from Charles Barkley when he criticized him about his management with, at the time, Bobcats, the Hornets.
Which was
Michael
true.
ain't like that. Yeah, it is the truth. So it's like, how can you be upset with people for telling your friends?
Yeah.
So you gonna stop talking to me? So I don't know.
Yeah. And then he talked about, because him and Scottie, they came in as rookies at the same time, rode the same plane together to Chicago, and he said that really just their friendship kind of just separated as well, because he thought that Scottie and MJ were getting this special treatment and everybody else was just left for dead, basically just on the side. And he felt like everybody should have been treated equally. He felt like if Michael Jordan played 48 minutes, hey, let me get 48 minutes, which I don't really agree with. But I mean, you know, everybody has their own little beliefs or whatever. But yeah, I mean, and I know people are saying that Scottie Pippen has felt some type of way. I personally haven't. I've been trying to look for some stories or something from him personally with quotes saying how he felt, but all I'm hearing is from second sources, third party sources.
Right.
You really can't believe that stuff. You don't really know that until he actually comes out. So, but yeah, this is definitely some crazy stuff. Who would have thought that this documentary would have got some backlash?
Oh, I knew it was gonna get, but I knew it was gonna get backlash. I knew it. And I think it's crazy because, you know, a lot of people are like, well, why they wait until now to say something? But it's like, they watched it just like all of us at home watched it.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knew what was actually going to be put together. You could have had some moments where you had a talking head and you were able to share your side, but a lot of things were cut out. Right. A lot of things still haven't been told. A lot of stories.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so I promise you that this is not going to be the end of this documentary, you know? Like, there's going to be some more things come out. And, hey, don't be shocked if somebody tries to have another documentary and tell the God honest truth of what really was going on.
A documentary against Michael Jordan. Oh, man.
Man, look.
He's going to take that personal.
I mean, but then at this point, what else can you do? I mean, Michael, you're retired. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to say that because who knows what he's capable of doing. But it's just like, you can't think that you was going to throw your teammates under the bus and nobody wasn't going to say anything.
And he probably think he'd, what did Reggie Miller call him? Black Jesus?
The Black Jesus. He can do whatever he wants to do. But I mean, hey, when you are the greatest player in the world, okay, honestly, you can go do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's how society treats you. So we have to think about all the good treatment, all of the things that people have put behind them of what Michael has done. And I mean, that just like when you said Scottie Pippen and him had this good treatment, you know, but when you the star player, I'm sorry, there's going to be favoritism.
What else do you expect? You're not finna get the same treatment. I'm sorry.
You're not about to get the same treatment. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but in reality, y'all didn't expect Michael to be treated like a six man. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Let's be real. So I understand Horace's frustration. I get it. The fact that he's still being blamed for being the sole responsibility of Sam Smith's book.
We got to cop that.
Yeah, no, seriously, we do. We do. But yeah, I mean, hey, Horace laid it out. I mean,
He was probably mad the whole time, honestly.
He was furious. He was furious.
Probably threw his remote at the TV and everything. Man, I can't believe this.
And they all probably got a group message or whatever, and they probably just talking about it amongst themselves. But I'm telling you, like, they're not about to just let this narrative about this team, seem
be shaped around Jordan.
Yeah, no,
Like
they're not
Jesus.
gonna let that happen. So y'all be prepared because something else is coming. Don't know what, but it's coming.
On to some more legends. Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning, Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. They had a 2v2 Capital One golf match on Sunday. And I'm not big on golf, but I was just there. I was really just there for Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, man. I like that idea. They should really keep doing that.
It was entertaining.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know Tom Brady had some tricks up his sleeve. He tried to pull out the Tennessee mascot on Peyton Manning and was like, Tennessee, they really ain't been good since you left, Peyton. Peyton wasn't having that. He wasn't having that. He was about his golf game on Sunday.
Yeah. Tom tore his pants. I said, if this ain't the most Brady thing ever, I don't know what is.
And you know what?
It was fun.
It couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yeah.
I don't care. I love Tom Brady. I like his play, but I just like to see him lose sometimes. And that felt good. They almost came back though. They almost came back. But Peyton Manning wasn't having that. Peyton Manning was like, I had you on the football field. I'm gonna have you here too. I'm gonna have you in this golf match.
He did have him on the football field.
But one thing that really stuck to my head was at the end, Tom Brady said, this is nothing, I'm just gonna go back to my day one job. Y'all can have this. And he's gonna have himself a documentary too, Nia.
9
He's
parts.
he's not even done. He's not done playing, but Tom Brady gets the documentary. How does Tom Brady get a documentary?
Privilege.
I don't understand. I'm gonna watch it. I know I'm gonna watch it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be truly interested in seeing it. Like, besides him getting caught with the Deflategate, what has he been through his career? Like,
now, if they were to highlight the beginning of his career, I think it's incredible from where he came.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then it's like, granted, he's a funny guy on Twitter. I don't know. I don't think he would be as appealing.
No.
Now, am I gonna watch it? Yeah. Is it gonna give me the same feels that The Last Dance gave me? I highly doubt it. Because number one, you're not even done. Like,
you're not done.
You're not done, and maybe this could be his last dance. I don't know. I doubt it, but it's
a documentary. Gotta have half good, half bad. We can't have all good and then a sprinkle of the bad. I mean, Jordan did do that basically, but it was bigger than that, I think.
Yeah.
But this is we're talking about one player. And
now, if we're talking about a couple of years from now, Malik, okay, yeah, all right, cool. We can get a documentary out of him. But I mean, gosh, you're still playing, man. Like, relax.
Yeah, and like since I've been watching, ain't no no bad news came out about him or any I don't know. It's just I just feel like this is gonna be around his coattail in this documentary, man. Ain't nothing gonna be bad gonna be said about him. I mean, yeah, he came back from 28-3. Okay, cool, great. We hear about that every year. Whatever, man.
Lord.
Don't let him have it.
Yeah. Going on into some WNBA news. So, of course, the WNBA season was supposed to kick off last Friday. But of course, unfortunately, due to circumstances, we all know that they were not able to start on time. Well, they get paid starting June 1st. And really around this time, once training camp and, those preseason games start, that's when players are being able to be evaluated off of their skill sets, if they're able to help this team or do they need to get cut. Things are going to be a little different this year. The WNBA and the Players Union decided that the teams will have to get their rosters under the salary cap by Tuesday so that players could start getting paid on June 1st. And many teams are going to have to make some tough decisions on whom they will cut and have little time to figure it out, which is unfair. Typically, teams would be able to evaluate their players on the court and their skills, but now it's based off how quickly they can pick things up on Zoom calls or how well they understand plays online. How unfair and unfortunate is that?
No.
That's not even cool.
No, because you could be it's like you can have all the plays in your head. You can remember everything, but actually getting on the court and doing it, that is two different things.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. And I mean, I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair.
It is.
I get it because they have to start paying people and of course money is involved, but there's no way you're going to tell me that I've worked my butt off for however many years.
Right.
My dream has always been to get to the WNBA, and now I'm being cut just because of a Zoom call or because of my plays online, like my understanding plays online. I don't know, it's really unfortunate, man. It's not fair. It's not fair. International players have to decide if they would like to stay abroad and just be suspended for the season or fly on a long flight back to America to compete. So that's another thing they have to take in consideration too. But players who are cut, they won't get paid, but they are offered health insurance until the end of June. And I don't know, Malik. I don't know. It's sad.
That sucks.
No.
Because everybody just doesn't everybody just don't get it like that. You feel me? Ooh. Everybody just don't get it like that. It takes time, and you could be the best player in the world, honestly, and really not know plays like that. But it's the fact that you're actually a great player, that really kind of just covers that up. But that's bad, man.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Like I said, you dream your whole life. You get drafted to a team, and I'm being cut, not even off of my skill set or what I can do for this team. You haven't even seen me play or compete. You're probably basing it off my film, what you've seen that I've done throughout my collegiate year. And then, of course, now the fate is a Zoom call, and basically me understanding the play is online. So again, I think it's unfair. But WNBA got to do what they got to do.
You got to do it, man.
Yeah. Another thing is that New York Liberty's GM, he said something that stood out to me, Malik. He said these dreams that are suddenly altered, and you're a large part of that. These are human beings, not just basketball players.
Correct.
And this is basing off my next subject, Dallas Wings guard Lou Samuelson. She opened up about her mental health. And when I was reading this article, it really touched me, and I felt her on a spiritual level because speaking from my perspective as a former athlete, everything that she's dealt with, I've dealt with myself too. Not being able to really control your emotions, not really understanding why do I feel the way I feel. Like, I'm playing basketball. I went to school for free. In her case, now she's playing professionally and she's still not fulfilled within. And it's like we have gone our entire careers of being told you have to be aggressive, mental toughness. You can't show any emotions. Don't show your opponent that you're weak. Don't show them that you're crying. So we take all of these things And we don't think of, okay, this is just how I'm going to be in life. But we take these things because this is our everyday lives. When we step on that court, it's do or die. You know, we show no mercy. You're aggressive. Yep. You can't cry. If a ref fouls you, if you get fouled out, you can't cry. You know, it's a lot of different things. And so it seems to me that her entire life, she hasn't been able to really process her emotions. Or grieve, because when we think about, we just lost a game. Okay, now we got to focus on the next game. We got to move on, focus on the next game. And eventually, you know, that kind of carries over into our personal lives. Well, it is what it is. Time to move on. You know, and honestly, it's not healthy. It's not healthy.
That's not at all.
But again, thinking from an athlete standpoint, this is how we have been programmed. This is how we've been taught. If you cry, you're weak. If, you know, you feel like something's not right within you, something's wrong. Mm-hmm. We ignore it. Oh, we'll be fine. We're just feeling like this because of whatever happened in practice. When really, it's just us being humans, and it is mental health.
Yeah.
And it is something very important. So my personal standpoint, I have dealt with that, and I'm still dealing with that, because when your whole life is wrapped around a sport, you have no true identity. Mm-hmm. You are trying to find yourself in the process of still having to perform day in and day out on a high level, because now she's on a professional level. Not to mention she went to UConn for 4 years. And granted, yes, I know from my experience, they never told me that, hey, if you ever need to go talk to somebody, or if you ever need some type of therapist, nobody has ever I know for me, that was never even a topic. Well, if you need to go talk to somebody, you can go to a sports psychologist. We have a sports psychologist that helps. We've never had that. So going back to Katie Lou, it's like people think, well, you know, she's an athlete. She's a professional athlete. What does she have to be sad about?
Yeah.
We are human beings just like everybody else. She is a human being just like everybody else. And so when your identity is basically around this sport and you're not performing like you're supposed to, because granted, I feel like as an athlete, we are perfectionists as well. We deal with perfectionism because we want to be perfect so bad, because we want to play the game that we love. We want to get playing time. We want to be able to impact our teams. Everybody wants to be that player. Mm-hmm. So when it's not going your way, guess what? You're sad.
Yeah.
So, you know, I really thank you, Katie Lou, for speaking out. I hope that more athletes really not be afraid of sharing their story. Seriously.
That is big. And that all of that just reminds me of going back to our interview with Jared Johnston.
Yes.
Talking about making the sport an identity, how it just creeps up on you, and you just, everything you do is just based on this sport. Everything, just bottling all your emotions inside. And I remember I read some of her stuff. I know at the beginning she was talking about how after a game, like, she would just sit down in the locker room and cry. Mm-hmm. And the coaches were like, is there something we could do or something? And she was like, I'll be fine. I'm just ready for the next game.
Yep.
And she said she had a good game the next game, but I mean, it's still mentally like you're still messed up. It's only these things that they have us going through is like, it's only temporary. Like this stuff in our head goes on forever.
Forever.
And it starts, like you said, starts with these coaches and these people on campus. Like they have to find some type of like something for these players to actually get into so they'll be straight mentally, because who knows, man, this hurts. And thank you for like players like, I don't know if it was Kevin Love or DeMar DeRozan who actually like came out first and just talked about their mental health. But it was between those two. But I think they really set the tone, because after that, a whole bunch of other players just started coming out and just saying, I've dealt with this, I've dealt with that. And it's big because they're athletes.
Yeah.
We look at these athletes like, man, they good. They got money. Like, why are you stressing? We look at these rappers like, okay, they got all this money. They living this life with these nice cars, this big house. They'll be fine. And one song that always just, when I think of stuff like this, I think of that J. Cole song, Love Yours. It's like, yo, you ain't never going to be happy till you love yours. That's what he said at the end.
Nope. And it's deeper, because it's like, I don't know if nobody's ready to have this conversation, but we cannot be we can't base our whole life off of external things. And I think that's what we do as human beings, such as careers, such as a sport, such as love, whatever it is. We base our happiness off of external things that can be taken away from us at any moment.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, Malik, because, basketball has helped me in so many different ways. It's helped me with self-discipline. It's helped me to be well-rounded. I've traveled. I've done many things. But also there's some qualities about myself as a person and an individual that I took from basketball that has kind of not helped me.
Yeah.
I.e., my personal relationships, friendships, love life, whatever, because my whole life it's be aggressive. Don't show no emotions. Don't show anybody you're weak. So I take that over into my personal life, and it's affecting that.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to find my identity. Yes, I got whatever going on with my career, but it's not about my career and what I'm doing now. It's about who is Nia as a person.
In the future.
And my identity. And that's what Katie, she's struggling with that, and sometimes we have to take a step away from things that we love. Look at Imani McGee-Stafford. She decided not to even compete this season, and she's going to law school.
Yep.
She's going to law school.
Same thing with Maya Moore.
Yeah, Maya Moore. And so we think of, well, what the heck? You're a whole WNBA player. Why are you taking a break? But nobody wants to sit and think about what this has done for them mentally.
Right.
That they're in a different space in their life. Maya is in a different space in her life. I don't know if we'll ever get Maya Moore back on the court. Yep. But what Maya is doing outside of basketball is incredible and should be highlighted way more. So let's highlight these women for speaking out for things that nobody else is speaking out on or doing. Maya Moore has basically left her career in her prime to go help a friend.
Yeah.
This man is now about to be free.
Exactly.
If he isn't free, I'm not sure. That's huge. Imani going to law school. So I'm sure Katie is hopefully she's taking those steps to go to therapy. Therapy is cool. Talking to a professional is okay. It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. But don't be upset of having trials and tribulations like any other human being should have.
Everybody needs a therapist, I think.
Therapy is cool. Look, I love my therapist. I am thankful that I took that step. It took me a minute to finally go get therapy. And my goodness, I wish I would have started a long time ago.
Yeah. Because
it's helped me understand. And the one thing that my therapist told me is that when I was telling her about my life, telling her about basketball, I never really had a childhood, all that stuff. She said, you never had time to grieve about anything.
About a thing.
Not a thing, because we, again, have been taught, move on. Focus on the next game.
Fine.
So shout out
to everybody, because everybody's just like, oh, this will only last for this long. I'll be fine. I'll be fine tomorrow.
I'll be fine
tomorrow. Yep. I won't think about it. I'll go to sleep, wake up. Oh man, it's not even on my mind anymore. Then something that's related to that issue happens again, and then it's just everything bottles up, and then at one point you're gonna explode. You're gonna explode eventually, and then everybody gonna look at you like, dang, you're crazy. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Well, you should have just let it out at the beginning. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. So, number one, shout out to Katie Lou.
Shout out.
Thank you.
Lou,
Thank you for sharing that story. It meant a lot.
Lou.
Number two, look, Katie, if you just so happen to stumble across this podcast, I am working on a documentary that is solely focused on mental health and student athletes.
Hit her up.
So I'm directing, I'm writing it. I want people to share their stories, former athletes, current athletes, whoever, share your story. But again, shout out to Katie Lou. I hope that more players find some courage to speak out on mental health and just inform people and let people know that it's okay. It's all right. This is normal. This is normal.
It's okay.
Going on into other news, Candace Lee, she is the first female Black AD at Vanderbilt.
Whoop, whoop.
First Black athletic director at Vanderbilt University. But it gets even better. Not only is she the first woman to be a full-time athletic director overseeing men's and women's sports in the SEC. She is now among 5 women in charge of a Power 5 program, and the second, Malik Brown, the second African-American woman. She joins Carla Williams at Virginia as the only African-American female athletic director at a Power 5 school.
Hype me up. Hype me up. Man, come on, man.
5. There are only 5 women and 2 women of color that are ADs at Power 5 schools.
We gotta do better.
Come on now.
We gotta do better. We look like the NFL. And you're right. My bad.
Let's not even get me riled up about that.
We left that in the past. My bad. Sorry.
You know.
But shoot, that's big though.
It's
what
huge.
It is though, congratulations.
It's huge. And you know, Candace Lee, she's a Vandy grad. She played for the women's basketball team. She was a team captain. Mm-hmm. You know, she worked for the NCAA. You know, so she has a lot of things under her belt. She started as the interim AD. So
she made her way up to the top.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? This just women can do it too.
Y'all, man.
Women can do it too.
Make a change.
Make a change. There should be more than 2 African-American ADs at Power 5 schools. You know, and there are some African-American ADs at my school. There we had an African-American AD who's a woman. But 5 women at Power 5 schools as athletic directors. There's only 5, and 2 are at Power 5 schools that are African Americans. So,
because these ladies are killing it, man. These ladies are really killing it. What's her name? Is it Nicole Lynn?
Mm-hmm.
She been going off too. She got some good people on her staff, man. I'm telling you, these black women, y'all strong, man. Y'all strong.
Shout out to all the women in sports. Continue to inspire because, you know, we need more, you know, young girls are looking up and they want to be just like whoever. Show women that you can be a athletic director too at a Power 5 school. Show these young girls that. And not to mention, Vanderbilt is the only Power 5 program in one of 2 FBS programs with an African American athletic director, football head coach, and men's basketball head coach.
Wow.
2020.
Man.
2020.
This is what we live. This is the year we live in.
This is, I mean, we are in the year of 2020. We are in the year of 2020. So it's time for change, you know? But Candace Lee doing incredible things, continue to inspire those around her and show women and women of color that it's possible. and
Yeah.
you can do it too.
Don't let this go under the rug, man. Please don't.
No,
We need this
she's gonna do great things.
top news.
She's gonna do great things for Vanderbilt's program, and I'm sure she'll make a large impact and turn a couple of those athletic programs around to get Vandy back to where they need to be.
Let's get it. Let's get it, Vandy. I'm rooting for you. All right, man. Nia, if I told you that Dak Prescott was offered a 5-year, $175 million contract to make him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, what would you say to me? What would you say?
Is that even true though? Because I heard it wasn't even true. I heard it wasn't even true.
You know, I done heard a lot of contract offers for Dak, and it seemed like none of it been true, and it seemed like he done declined all of them. But I don't know why he would decline this one, and at the same time, I don't know why the Cowboys. I don't know why Jerry Jones would give him that much money. Because
I don't know. It's a tricky deal because I know the deadline is July 15th to sign franchise tag players. And I guess Dallas doesn't want to lose him. And they don't want to go down the road of multiple franchise tags either.
It's a lot of ways you can go with this. First of all, Dak Prescott, he's not worth that much. First, let's get that straight. He's not worth that much.
Okay. Don't tell me
as far as the NFC East, I would say that I could go on a limb and say that he's the best quarterback in NFC East. I think as far as it's only between him and Carson Wentz. And as far as durability and staying on the field, Dak Prescott got Carson Wentz by a long mile. So off of that, he should be straight. Funny thing, you know, Maceo always come up with these crazy football. I mean, he didn't come up with it, but he had a picture and it compared Dak Prescott and Deshaun Watson stats since like 2018. I think they dang near got the same stats. But you know, we always up Deshaun Watson like he top. I up him like he top 5, but I guess it's because I think it's because Dak just has more to work with. I mean, granted, Deshaun Watson had DeAndre Hopkins, but as far as like a complete group, I think Dak, he has the running back. He has the offensive line. He had Amari Cooper. He played with Dez Bryant 1 year. I mean, he's had the talent around him to make him look good. So, I mean, of course, you know, you're gonna make the best out of your situation, but I don't know if $175 million is right for Dak. Of course, you know, you have to reset the market. So when Dak gets this deal, I just want you to think about how much Patrick Mahomes is going to get and how he's probably like, get that money, Dak. Because if anything, Patrick Mahomes probably going to keep $200 million off strength, just off rips. That's where we starting. $200 million is a lot. And for what he's done in only 3 years, I think maybe, 2-3 years, he going to get paid. But 175 and make him the highest paid quarterback. Jerry, you got some stuff to work on, man. Oh,
the suspense continues.
Man, for real. For real. It's gonna be. I can't wait to see what he get. Cause we've been waiting for this for months, and I don't know, man. I don't know. He got a good agent. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, for real. And his agent said none of that is true. I was like, okay, cool.
I'm sure it'll still probably be around that ballpark. I just don't know if he will be the highest paid. I should have looked up to see who's the highest paid quarterback
I know they don't want to lose him, so I know that
Yeah.
they're over the fence of like, do we give him all this money or, you know? Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I think. Hold up. I just looked it up. Russell Wilson is the highest paid quarterback right now
Okay, that's right.
at $35 million a year, which is understandable because he deserves that.
Yeah.
But if you put him in the same, I mean, Jared Goff getting $33.5 million.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins getting $33 million. Carson Wentz getting $32 million. And then you got Ben Roethlisberger getting $34 million. I mean, he's about done. Then Aaron Rodgers is third with 33 points. I mean, I guess he'll be in that range, but he shouldn't be getting paid higher than Russell Wilson. That's my take.
Okay. Hey, you said it.
Don't come for me, Cowboys fans, please.
You know
I'm sorry, y'all.
How about them Cowboys?
But coming up next, we got You Gotta Be Kidding Me.
You gotta be kidding me, Nia.
Stay in your seats for this one.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. All right, guys. We are back with You Gotta Be Kidding Me. And Lord, oh Lord. Nia,
Malik,
what to do?
You gotta be kidding me with this one. Doja Cat. This entire week has been filled with, this entire weekend, I should say, last weekend, a lot of stuff has surfaced of her in these racist chat rooms. So she has issued an apology for her past racist remarks. But there were videos and pictures leaked. And basically Twitter came up with a hashtag, Doja is over party. And honestly, Malik, I looked at all these videos, all of the chats or whatever, and it's honestly disgusting.
It is.
Her apology to me was weak. But she basically said, I want to address what's happening on Twitter. I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child. I shouldn't have been involved in any racist conversations. I'm sorry to anyone I offended. That's how we come to Doja?
Bad PR.
It's terrible PR.
That's bad PR.
Terrible PR. Because number one, you being a child in chat rooms has I was on social networking websites at 10. Never would you catch me in any type of hate group or anything. But that's just me. But it gets even better. She then goes on to say, I'm a Black woman. Half of my family is Black and from South Africa. And I'm very proud of where I come from.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
But that's kind of what the line that people use. Well, I have Black friends, so I'm not racist.
That can't be the cop out no more, man.
But that's what people do. First of all, the apology sucked, Doja. It was bad.
That was mid.
You're canceled. Unfortunately, everybody has canceled you.
Oh, for sure.
I was a fan of her music, but I have to cancel her because one thing I don't like is for anybody to have some type of self-hate. It's clear that she is biracial. She has a Black father and a white mother. From my understanding is that she was raised by her white mother. Her Black father was not in her life. And so we have to think about it from her side is that, okay, you being this mixed race child, you are Black, and maybe her environment was full of people who were around her who didn't like her because she was Black. So then maybe she felt like for her to fit in, she has to basically tear herself down and her people down. Because I don't think she's really proud of where she comes from. I think she hates that she even has Black in her.
For sure. That's what it sounds like.
It's self-hate. It's self-hate. The videos that surfaced were absolutely disgusting. And the most recent video that I saw was her degrading her own 4C hair. Now, I have 4C hair.
I saw that.
I have 4C hair. Now, can I stand having 4C hair? It's a love-hate relationship. So self-hate stems from 400 plus years ago when we were put down as black. Our black ancestors were put down because our hair was nappy, because we were black, our nose were big, our whatever stereotypes that people have made against black people. It has now taught us as black individuals to hate where we come from or hate who we are.
Yep.
And so maybe it started from when she was young or maybe growing up. She always felt like she had to fit in. To me, it seems like she has some type of fetish to where she enjoys not only putting herself down, but putting down black people to get more white men to like her.
Yeah.
You know? And it's nothing wrong if you decide to date out of your race, perfectly do what you want to do. But do not, and I say this all the time, do not tear down black people in the process. If you want to live your life and date outside of your race, if you like interracial relationships, fine. Nobody's knocking you for it. But what's a big no-no is when you start to tear down black people and feel some type of superior because, and nobody's holding you accountable. So another thing is that an old song had resurfaced. It's called Didn't Do Nothing. Didn't do nothing. It's spelled D-I-N-D-U, nothing. N-U-F-F-I-N. Now,
straight marketry.
Yeah, apparently, from what they said, it's a stylized pronunciation of didn't do nothing, but it's actually a phrase people of the internet use to describe black victims of police brutality. So again,
did she apologize about that too?
Of course not. Well, I think there was something going on about it, but I mean, it passed over. Also, I didn't even know she was under heat with the LGBTQ community because she had said something about faggots, and they had already canceled her then. So not only are you a racist, obviously you're a homophobe too. Her racism stems from self-hate. It stems from self-hate. And sounds like that's...
Is that in the fact that, I mean, you said it, she was raised by her white mother. And I always say it always starts with the parents. Yeah. It always starts with the parents. So if she don't like black people, I'm just going to go out and say, I'm just going to assume that the mom doesn't like black people as well. Because it starts from somewhere.
It's taught. Racism is taught. So, Doja, that sounds like a Doja problem. And you had a lot of people supporting your music and supporting you. I think she was discovered off of YouTube through the Moo song. And it's crazy how things can change in a year. It ain't even been a full year. So self-hate, man, it's real. It's so real. And it's honestly the most disgusting thing ever, because how can you hate who you are? How can you hate what's in your blood? What defines you as an individual? The only thing that you said, the only thing that you said about being mixed, that you like about being mixed, is that you're light skinned and thick. Seriously?
She has problems.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I know everybody liked the Moose song, but I mean, when I heard that, I was like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
It used to be a good song.
I mean, I heard a lot of people thought it was catchy.
Yeah.
I've just always seen her around social media, and I've always just, every time I see her, I just keep scrolling. Because she does nothing for me.
Yeah. Nothing. No. Personality has always been very strange. But I did like her last album. But I mean, again, I have removed all of that. I can't support anybody who is going to in the process
down your own race.
You're gonna down your own race, whether if you're proud to be black or not, shouldn't even be coming out your mouth. And the fact that you are okay with sitting in chat rooms and you're laughing at it. You're laughing at these racist men. Talk down. And remember now, they don't look at you as a white woman. They look at you as a black woman.
Exactly.
Hello.
She don't get it.
No. So hope that L Doja, you're canceled.
Bye-bye. I'll see you around anytime soon.
But you know what? It gets worse, Malik Brown. Because why is the city of Atlanta? Why am I on my Instagram and I see everybody in the club?
Oh, everybody in the club. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is bad. We really forced quarantine out of our lives, huh?
Hey, y'all can continue to force it out of y'all lives. I'm not leaving the house.
Look, I was driving home on, was it Saturday? It was Saturday night. And I passed about 3 houses on the way. And it was about 10 cars just parked in each parking lot. And I was like, we don't care no more. But the fact that now that we going to the clubs now, we don't even care. I know my friend said that he had some friends that went out to the club last night. And he was like, nah, I ain't hanging out with them.
No, I mean, and here's the thing. Like, it's people our age. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, do y'all not know that we are asymptomatic of holding this virus?
Nobody understands that part. Nobody gets that part.
Nobody gets it. Everybody
just think if you see it, then oh man, if you coughing, oh man,
yeah,
I don't gotta be coughing. I don't gotta be doing this. I gotta have a fever. I could have it. I could have it and not even know.
Yep.
Everybody's not the same.
It's crazy. Like, I was like, whoa, people are really doing this.
Man.
People are really, really doing this. And I get it's, Memorial Day weekend, whatever, but like, hey,
yeah, please.
We done been in here Easter, we done been here Mother's Day.
We can't tough it out. Yo, I really hope this ends before July 4th, because boy, it's gonna be man, it's gonna be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, you already know 4th of July is going to be worse.
Look,
you won't catch me in the club until I don't know when.
Yeah.
I won't be in a club. I may go hang out with some friends, but I'm not going to go be in a club or any kind of public setting where there's so many people, so much touching, so much passing. People could be sweating because people sweat in clubs.
People sweat in clubs. You gonna sweat.
You just don't know.
It's hot.
You want to dance and have a good time. You got to dance on this person. You got to physically touch them. So, all right, Atlanta. All right, Atlanta. We will not become the epicenter of this virus. We will not. So let's get it together.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Camp Wright.
Man, look.
All this fly.
Man. We're not even gonna get into that.
You're right.
Your boy Paul Pierce had some he had an interesting take.
He always.
He's an interesting breed.
He always saying something crazy.
I think that they made a mistake allowing him to. Not everybody should be able to broadcast, and yeah, I mean, I get what he's done as Paul Pierce, but no, shouldn't even be giving him the platform to even be saying all this crazy crap. So his top 5, he has a solid, group of people. Cool. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, Magic, and Kobe. I think I'm missing somebody.
He said Michael Jordan too.
Oh, MJ. There we go. He did say MJ. And LeBron was nowhere in that conversation. Now, we all are able to have our own top 5. We are. I mean, I have my top 5. Sure. You have your top 5.
Sure.
But it just seems like anytime there's a LeBron conversation, it's just like he's salty. Like he still got bad blood from 2014 when Bron almost, jumped down his throat. But we ain't gonna talk about that, right?
Why does he? All right, I think I understand. Now, I don't know what's up with ESPN, but recently I've just been noticing like this ain't really like We're not talking legit sports no more. We giving out hot takes for entertainment. And we put it on social media and we get a reaction. And it's 2 people that have bothered me. Matter of fact, it's 3 people that have bothered me. The first person is Ryan Hollins. When they had Ryan Hollins on ESPN in First Take, I was disgusted. He had to go because the stuff that he was saying was crazy. Number 2 is Kendrick Perkins.
Oh my goodness.
How did Kendrick Perkins get on ESPN? What did he do? No, he has some bad takes as well. And Paul Pierce is number 3.
Yes.
No, I get it. You're right. Everybody has a top 5, Nia. He had Michael Jordan in there. He had Kobe Bryant, Mike, and Magic Johnson. Those are my top 3 as well.
Right.
So I'm gonna have it. It's cool.
Yeah.
But when we start getting into like, I get it. Okay, Kareem has an argument. That's cool. But Bill Russell, okay, I get it. No, I get it. He has a lot of rings. Celtics. I get it for Paul Pierce. But at the same time, that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out pick. Because, Nia, if you don't know, and I just realized this. 2 years ago, Paul Pierce had LeBron James in his top 5. They asked him what his top 5 was 2 years ago, and he said LeBron James. I don't know what LeBron James has done from then to now to prove that he's not in the top 5. If anything, he has solidified himself into the top 5 from 2 years ago to now.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce is salty. And I don't know what's wrong with him. You lost. You're done. You beat LeBron before. You won the championship. It was time for LeBron to take over, and he stepped on you and KG and Ray Allen. He took your teammate and put him on the Heat, and you mad at him still too. I think it don't matter. They still salty at Ray Allen. Let it go.
Let it go.
Please.
Let it go. Let it go.
There's no way you can't have not. You can't. You gotta have LeBron James, bro. You got to.
The salt. It gets worse, Malik Brown. Karl Malone. So after The Last Dance and all the other good stuff, Karl Malone's past has resurfaced. I remember reading about this years ago, and I was just hoping it was not true. Karl Malone had impregnated a 13-year-old girl at the age of 20.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help!
At the age of 20. He never associated with his son until he was around 18 years old. His son is Demetrius Bell. I played in the NFL for a little bit. And I mean, he was avoiding paying child support, for this guy. Didn't want anything.
A week.
It was
honestly, it don't even matter the money though. You a whole NBA player.
Listen, even before that now, he was a father even before he impregnated the 13-year-old girl. Cheryl Ford, who played in the WNBA, okay? Yeah, there were twins. And you had Daryl Ford, all right? It wasn't until 17 years later, after they were born, in 98, that Malone accepted their paternity. So it gets worse, all right? In 1986, his second year with the Jazz, they requested Malone to pay $200 a week now, okay? Malone didn't respond to the suit, but a Louisiana judge ruled that he was Bell's father. This is Demetrius Bell from the 13-year-old, okay? After the paternity test showed that he was the father, he was ordered to pay $125 a week. You are an NBA player, and your child support is $200 a week for your twins, and $125 and past and future medical expenses. That's all you got to take care of. Malone claimed that it was too much, and he later reached out a confidential out-court settlement with Bell's family between 1988 and 1989. You are an NBA player.
You are a whole NBA player. What is $200 going to do to you? That's like a pinch.
And it's too much? Really?
That's a pinch. That ain't nothing for him. And you did it. Why are you not owning up to your mistakes? Why are you messing with a 13-year-old?
At 20 years old.
I'm going to be honest. And I don't even care. Like, I didn't know about any of this, honestly, until like after this series, and I was going on Twitter, and it was this tweet that was going around was saying, who would Karl Malone be in today's NBA? And they were saying like all this like weird stuff, like in jail or something. Like, what did he do? And I finally saw the post, and I don't know if you saw it, but his son came out,
yeah,
and did an apology video or something. Like, you don't even have to do that. Why did you should have just?
First of all, wait, you weren't even born. This is his son that played at LSU.
That's what.
This is Karl Malone Jr.
Why is he coming out? Like,
and Demetrius ain't came out. Sherlin came out. Daryl came out. That's not your story to tell.
Too worried about being on
Karl, your father, should be the one addressing everything.
Your father, yes, for sure. Not you. Your father. Your father did it, not you.
It gets worse though, Malik, because even there's a thread on Twitter, and it's really just highlighting everything. But even Karl Malone, Kobe canceled Karl because Karl had said some really inappropriate stuff to Vanessa one day. Yes, he did.
Like that?
Now, Karl and Kobe were like this. Okay, him and their wives had a great relationship. Very cool. And after this incident, Kobe said he felt very hurt and betrayed. So basically what happened was that Karl and his son, they were sitting at a game, front row, and Vanessa was on a cell phone talking to Karl's wife, Kay. And Vanessa said that her son looked bored, and Kay told her to call Karl to have her son join in her seats. So Kay gave Vanessa Karl's number. She called him. And when she called, Karl's response was, "Why don't you come over here and sit next to me and give me a big hug?" This is to Vanessa Bryant. Vanessa said, "Why? For what?" And Karl replied, "If you don't do that, it will be on the cover of every magazine in the country." I'm sorry, if you do that, sorry, he didn't say don't. If you do that, it will be on the cover of every magazine in the country. Vanessa didn't know what to say because this was the first time she has ever spoken to Malone without Kobe or Kay being around. Karl continued, Malik. He said, "Do you like me?" This is what he's asking Vanessa. She responds, "As my friend, Kay's husband." From there, Malone asked Vanessa if she could keep a secret and that he would like to tell her something. At which point, Vanessa told him she was a married woman and he's a married man who was old enough to be her father.
Oh, my God.
To which Malone replied, "Oh, like your daddy?" ? At that point, she basically told Rob Pelinka that she ended the conversation. And basically after that, Vanessa was very uncomfortable at halftime and that Karl was acting and saying weird things. And when the game ended, Vanessa walked Malone's son back to Karl, and she told Pelinka that she asked Malone why was he wearing a cowboy hat. His response was, "I'm hunting for young Mexican girls."
Oh my gosh.
At this point, Vanessa walks away.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
He's a sicko, clearly. And so for all these years, we know Karl Malone as the mailman. Karl Malone is the Utah Jazz. Yeah.
The second leading scorer in the NBA.
Yeah. Sicko. Yeah.
That's the worst one.
Man.
That's the worst one.
Man, I ain't never heard nothing like this in my life. And you know what?
I'm disgusted.
It's crazy because we go back to entitlement and accountability, and being who you are can get you off the hook for a lot of things. But if some 20-year-old man impregnated my 13-year-old child, it ain't no we gonna be quiet about it, because we don't want to. That's what the girl's mom had said, that she didn't want to, mess up his career. But it's like, there's no accountability being held. There's no reason why my son, who wasn't even born yet or even thought of, to even be speaking on my situation from the past.
Exactly.
Now, granted, yeah, he may have a relationship with Demetrius and Cheryl and Daryl, but once upon a time, 30 plus years ago, he was not willing to have a relationship, was not willing to pay $125 a week and medical expenses from what you're supposed to do.
Karl Malone is canceled. Karl Malone, you was canceled, man.
Sick. What you've done for basketball, great.
Cool.
And I said the same thing about Jordan. I respect him so much as a player and what he's done for the game. He's a pioneer for this game. But as an individual,
the person,
no.
Mud.
Trash.
Disgusting.
Just
where do you get that from?
It's entitlement, man. It's entitlement. It's because I am an NBA player and I can do whatever I want to do, and I'm walking on water and can't nobody tell me nothing, and I'm gonna continue to do what I want to do, because guess what? I'm the best at what I do. Who gonna check me?
Who gonna check me?
That's basically what they're saying. I wish my child would. No. I'm gonna get on my social media and defend my dad.
My dad, after what he did.
I
wasn't even born.
I wasn't even a child. No.
I wasn't a child.
Wasn't even thought of. Man, and anybody excusing this behavior, no.
Yeah, y'all got to get out of here too. You cancel too.
You cancel too. You're just as bad. Sorry. There's no explanation by this at all. No explanation.
Man.
But, we talked about paternity suits and talked about Karl Malone and his paternity suits. But our iconic toxic king that everybody refers to him as.
Y'all iconic king.
Y'all.
Because I'm not wrong with that.
He was in a nasty paternity suit. He's been in one for a very long time, with his now confirmed baby mama, Eliza. And I believe she's one of the 6th or 7th confirmed baby mamas that he has so far.
Lot to count.
Yeah. They've been going back and forth for over a year about taking a paternity test for now her 1-year-old daughter, Rain Wilburn. And she's filing, the baby mama, Eliza, is filing a lawsuit against Future, suing him for false allegations, sexual misconduct, and mental health issues. Now, Future's a bully.
For sure.
And we'll talk about those tweets in a second, but this entire time, for this entire year, he has been dragging this girl. Whether if you liked her and you wanted to sleep with her or not, you did it.
Facts.
You cannot give somebody the leverage to feel as though they can sleep with you, and now that's your responsibility, because you should have made that decision. You did it.
Nobody want to own up for what they do anymore. It's crazy.
It's
then
sad.
Get mad when it hit the fan. They get mad.
It's sad. It's extremely sad. And so Future claimed that Eliza was stealing his last name, sleeping around for financial gain, and clout chasing. And she probably could have been doing all those different
True.
things, Future. But guess what?
True.
You slept with her.
Yeah.
So guess what?
Don't forget. You don't remember that, huh?
And you obviously didn't use any protection because guess what? She got pregnant. But Future says that Eliza took his sperm and impregnated herself. That's what he says. That's his argument.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what he rolling with?
That's what everybody think. That's what Future say, right?
Oh my God.
So he files a lawsuit now for invasion of privacy. And of course that she impregnated herself with his sperm. So I don't know if everybody saw Future's tweets last week, but somebody needed to take his phone. Just saying things like ugly girls, calling her ugly. And you knew he was talking about her because reports had just came out that Future was the father of her 1-year-old daughter.
Exactly. What was really baffling to me is you just dropped the album. You literally just dropped a good album. And you go on days later and you follow it up with this BS right here. This is what you do. You go on social media and you clown your baby mother.
He said
after just being on top, you literally just put yourself back down, man.
He said things like people make up lies to make theyself feel good. Leave them ugly girls alone. Don't get high and treat an ugly girl pretty. Huge mistake. Ugly girls be in imaginary relationships. I told my dog to learn from you. You act just like you look. I'm from Murder Block 22 Kirkwood.
Nobody cares where you from.
Caught me slipping. Okay, so what? You the daddy. That's what.
Oh my God.
You was really lucky. Relax. You crying over shoe money when you could have just asked for it. Relax.
I don't think people really don't understand, like, when they tweet this type of stuff, like, how crazy they look. You look crazy. You look like you're talking to yourself.
A narcissist.
You're talking to yourself. Why don't you just go get on the phone and maybe tell her this stuff? Is it that hard? Why do I don't really care about you? I don't care about your 6 baby mamas. I don't care. You need that's
it's
an
an ugly
problem.
paternity suit. It's an ugly paternity suit, though, Malik. Like, they are in it went from a nasty, nasty paternity suit to them going back and forth on social media all year to now they're both filing lawsuits against each other. I feel bad for this child. You want to know why? Because Future, no matter what, no matter how many kids he has, he's always going to have some type of resentment towards his child. And it's not so much of the child, but it's the fact that, damn, I done impregnated this girl I don't want to be with. To him, she's ugly. I don't think she's ugly. She's a very pretty girl. She's a clout chaser. I don't want this child. So I'm gonna just give her money. I ain't gonna really be in it. And that's probably what's gonna come down to. He's not gonna be in his child's life for the simple fact that everything has been going on. Because you got to remember too, at the time, it was speculations that he had 3 people pregnant at once. There was Bow Wow's baby mama. I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name. Is it Joy? Joy. Then you had her, and it was another girl actually saying that Future was her baby daddy as well. And at the time, Eliza and the other girl were teaming up, basically saying like, this is our baby daddy. He need to take care of his baby, blah, 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 blah. Be mindful. You done just had a beautiful baby shower. You just had the baby shower for your other child that's about to be born by another woman. So it's like, yeah, you can take the label of being a toxic king, whatever, cool. But yo, stop having all these kids. If you want to go do what you want to do, use a condom.
Strap up.
What is so hard about that?
The more all this stuff come out about Future, the more I just appreciate Sierra and what she did, and just
Mm-hmm.
letting all that negative energy go. And now she's with Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm. On her way to having her third child. With a man that accepts her and loves her child that she had outside of their relationship. I mean, look, it can't get no better.
Everybody wants to be like that. Nobody wants to be like what Future going through right now. That's toxic.
And you know what's going to be bad? It's only going to get worse. Because now society has made this behavior okay. But you know what? It's crazy. Like, we can talk about Future, but there's a lot of entertainers, a lot of professional athletes that have gazillions of kids by multiple different women.
They don't know.
And we also got to remember that some people are actually even being paid to be quiet. So we won't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's just Future. Future just, it is what it is. Future just got his business out there.
He did. He a different breed. I tell you.
He is. It's no way you can be a toxic king.
Stressful.
Yeah, it's no way you can be a toxic king and a father of 8 or 9 or however many he has. And you just out here sleeping with everybody, but then you on Twitter looking goofy, calling this girl ugly and saying don't sleep with ugly girls and stuff like that. Don't make these ugly girls feel pretty. I can't.
He went on Twitter. He went on the Twitter.
I can't. Somebody take his phone.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everybody in those mentions, yeah, bro. Yeah, Toxic King.
Toxic King. Them. Yeah.
People promoting it. People are promoting this behavior. And then now everybody thinks they can be Future Junior. And it's like, you can't. You can't.
And you think he got people on his side now because he know his support is going to be like, oh, yeah, man, you doing the right thing. Knowing dang well, Future, that's not the right thing. You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me.
All right, let's just get to some funny business, Nia. Let's move on. So Eli Manning, he's made himself a Twitter, and he's came on with the dry humor already. So your first tweet was to paraphrase Jimmy Chitwood. I don't know if it'll make any change, but I figure it's time for me to start playing social media. That sounds like some dry humor just to get it off. And who better not to just come out of the blue and spoil Eli Manning's first tweet than Tom Brady himself. He says, welcome Eli Manning. In typical fashion, you never showed up until the fourth quarter anyway. Sound like Tom Brady's still salty about them the 2 Super Bowl L's.
08 and 12. That's what it is.
He's
very salty.
It did, but no, it gets better because Eli Manning said, nah, man, you're not going to let me have this. You're not going to do this to me. He quoted the tweet and said, hope your golf game is as polished as your Twitter game.
Yep.
Don't hit it in the lumberyard.
Yep.
And you know what? Tom Brady lost on Sunday. So that tweet is great for Twitter.
Yes, he did.
Eli Manning, oh my God, man. He didn't came out with a whole bunch of more tweets after that. But the one that really got my attention, I don't know if you remember the commercial with Odell, where he kind of picked him up like Odell was like,
yeah.
He mentioned that tweet. He gonna be on fire. Eli Manning is gonna be the next dry humor phenomenon on Twitter.
Yes,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yes.
And what we got next?
Well, we got Music Roundup coming up next.
Woo! Music Roundup. We got some music.
We had some good music come out last week. So let's get to it.
Let's get it. Music Roundup, y'all.
Now we'll bring up the music for you. Hip hop and R&B.
All right, guys, we are back with the Music Roundup. Neil, we had some good stuff coming out this past week. And oh man, I cannot wait to talk about this Gunna Wunna drop, Nia. I've been waiting for this for a while now. Ever since Skybox dropped, I'm like, oh yeah, please hurry up. And he dropped it. And I'm not disappointed. I done seen a lot of mixed reviews, Nia, but this hit.
It was a different. It gave me a feel as if I was on a different planet or something. And I don't think too many people were looking for that. Everybody was looking for the, mountain in my car.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a vibe. My top 3 songs is Nasty Girl / On Camera, because that transition between Nasty Girl to On Camera was like unmatched. Drake, you got 24 hours to respond, because that was a beautiful transition.
Please.
I don't think, look, Drake has some good like transitions.
Oh yeah.
But this right here, that was different.
That was nice.
Then we got Far. I love Far and Do Better. It's my top 3.
Yeah. Like you said, like I just feel like I was gliding the whole time. Like I think I saw this tweet. Somebody was like, because every time Gunna come up, they're gonna compare him and Lil Baby. So, and it was like, with Lil Baby is like, he's just straight about attacking. Yeah. Just like he gonna give you these hard bars. But Gunna just like, he sold you out. Like he's smooth. He not gonna give you that what Lil Baby get. Like they're two different people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like this type of music. So my top 3 probably got to be Gimmick, Dollars on My Head. I really don't. I hate doing this. I hate doing this with Gunna projects because it's hard. I want to go with Blindfold for my number 3. Okay. I want to go with Blindfold, but I also want to go with Met Gala as well, because Met Gala was hard too. But yeah, I think the first half of the album was solid. It was really good. Far's a good song. I think other than that, like Do Better, Don't Play Around, I'm on some, Cooler Than a Beat with Roddy Ricch. I mean, they were all right, but I don't know if it's just me, but like when I listen to albums, I don't know, it's probably me. Like the first half of the album be really hard, and then like when they get to the end, I don't know if I'll just get bored with the album, or it's just like I'm tired of listening to music at this point, but it kind of just slowed down for me. But overall, for what it was, Wunna was solid. I know a lot of people can't say that.
What do you rank it? What do you rate it?
I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it 8.5. Probably wrong. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. 9. Just not no 0.5. So I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
What you got?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah. Someone else dropped too, who we really haven't heard much from. Schoolie. Nobody Likes Me. Give me your takes on Schoolie.
All right. I had just listened to this album about probably 3 hours ago. And Schoolie really don't disappoint me. Honestly, for what he has done, he started with Rich Kids. That was a whole different era of music, honestly. We talk about, this was the Stupid Fruity music like back then. Like, what's up? And for him to just like, he adapted. That's all he adapted. Like, and he transformed into one of these rappers that we think of now. And like, it's good music.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you this. Why do you feel like, why do you think that Schoolie is not mainstream? Like, why is it? Because for me, I think it's because Schoolie is an Atlanta-based rapper. He started with Rich Kids. So of course, when we think of Schoolie, we like, Schoolie for Rich Kids. Like Schoolie had an impact on my middle school, high school, like Rich Kids was it.
I think that's what's keeping it. I think that's what's keeping him from everybody still stuck in that middle school stage. And all the rappers back, Roscoe Dash and Travis Porter, like all of those, like we really don't speak upon them anymore. I mean, Travis Porter dropped music every once in a while, but they pretty much gone now. But I mean, I still feel like people are kind of still stuck on Schoolie. Like, I think he's tried to get away from the rich kids and trying to brand his own self, but the music that they were coming out with, you really can't put that aside. Like, Schoolie was rich kids.
Schoolie has more of like Schoolie's in his own lane, and that's what I like about Schoolie. Schoolie's underrated. You can say what you want about Schoolie, but Schoolie is gonna give you that. He gonna give you a little R&B, and he gonna give you that hip hop.
Yeah,
that rap. You know,
that's what I like about him.
Yeah, and he's always been versatile. We've known that since Rich Kids.
Yeah.
But I think my top 3 songs off of Nobody Likes Me is American Made, Never Know featuring Lil Baby, and Nobody Likes Me.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right. I think I'm gonna go with Out Boy with Tay Keith. I'm gonna go with Soul Search. And boy, Genocide.
Okay.
Boy, he was laying out them vocals on that jump, man. So that's my top 3.
Yeah.
Overall, I'll probably give it a 7.
Same. Yeah. But that's all for Music Roundup.
Whew. Music Roundup, guys.
What we got next?
We got crunch time.
All right.
Nia, are you ready for these hard-hitting questions?
Crunch time.
Let's get it. Y'all, it is crunch time. These hard-hitting questions are coming right to you, but they're coming straight to Nia first. I think I went first last week. So Nia, it's on you.
All right, Malik. What are your top 3 all-time Nickelodeon shows?
Oh, dang. SpongeBob number 1.
Okay.
SpongeBob is always going to be number 1. Number 2, Danny Phantom. Oh, don't do that to Danny Phantom.
Come on, give me number 3. Give me number 3.
Whoa. Well, I don't like the way you looked at me when I said that, Nia.
Go ahead, give me number 3.
Number 3. Woo. Number 3, I'm probably gonna have to go with Fairly Odd Parents. Okay. All right. So you hit me with some shows. All right, I'm gonna hit you with this. All right. So I've been having this battle with a couple of my friends for the past couple of weeks, and I just need to know your take on this.
Okay.
Plain and simple, better movie, High School Musical or Camp Rock?
I've never even cared to watch Camp Rock, so I'm gonna say High School Musical.
Yes.
I have never in my life have ever even felt the urge to want to watch Camp Rock. I'm sorry. I think I have watched it, but no, it didn't nearly impact me as freaking High School Musical. Like, come on now. Like, what? Who is choosing Camp Rock over High School Musical? Child.
Let me give you some of my friends' phone numbers because they think that. It's crazy. Before I even asked this question, I had to make sure I gave my own take. I mean, I had to make sure I gave a logical take, and I finally watched it 2 days ago, and I didn't finish it. Nia, it was boring. Yeah. I was like 50 minutes in, and I was like, bruh, the only good thing about this movie is that song. That's the only thing.
All right, Malik Brown. So I was kind of like a female gamer back in the day. So if you had to choose, all right, you have a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, or a GameCube. Which out of those 3 were the best consoles?
The best. You said PlayStation 2, GameCube, or PlayStation 1? Definitely PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Off of the fact that, Grand Theft Auto, I hate to tell my childhood. I know it's bad. We weren't supposed to have those games when we were young.
No.
Grand Theft Auto used to hit on PlayStation 2.
Oh my God, especially San Andreas.
Man.
Let me tell y'all something about PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 will forever be my favorite game console ever. I don't care if they come out with a PS5, PS6, all that stuff. Okay? Because
PS2 was classic.
It seemed like they made so many games for PS2.
Exactly.
As if they're not doing it anymore, but the games are iconic. You got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Def Jam Fight Night, Street Ball, Volume 1 and Volume 2.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. The list goes on. The list goes on. Midnight Club, Double Edition. Man, look.
All right, Nia. Let's get it. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
You are a musical artist.
Okay.
What music group are you signing to? Good Music, Cactus Jack, Dreamville, or TDE?
Ooh. It's between Dreamville and TDE. I'm gonna go with TDE. TDE was like the first ever musical group that I ever cared about.
True.
Behind Dreamville. But TDE is iconic. I mean, because I love West Coast music so freaking much. So all of those artists that are signed to TDE, I absolutely love. From SZA, K-Dot, Absol, Schoolboy Q. Did I say Isaiah Rashad already?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him too. Gotta get him in there.
Gosh, I mean, there's a lot of people that are signed to TDE, and there's also a lot of people signed to all those different labels. But for that one in particular, TDE, I love TDE.
But think about it though. Let's think about it. When the last time you heard TDE dropping some music?
And
are they gonna drop your music, Nia? Are they gonna drop your music?
That's the thing, though. You gotta. Good things take time. Good things take time. Look at Dreamville. I mean, they just dropped something.
True. I mean, I guess it's on preference. Because I've seen. It wasn't the same, really. Well, it kind of was the same question, but I saw a lot of Dreamville people, and I saw a lot of Cactus Jack people. Because Dreamville was more. They were saying you feel more like a group when you're in Dreamville. Like J. Cole actually cares about your music.
Right.
And with Cactus Jack, it's like you gonna get a lot of attention because it's only like four of them in there. What Don Toliver? I forgot the other dude.
I just know Don Toliver.
Yeah, but I mean Don Toliver. He done blew up. So I mean,
but they all have different sounds too. Like all of those.
Yeah, true. Exactly. Yeah, you're right. So it really depends what fits you as an artist. Like what kind of music realm are you on?
Yeah, I would definitely choose TDE or Dreamville between those two.
Yeah. Oh, so who do you think is better, Dreamville or TDE?
Did you really do that to me? Did you really just do that to me? Only because now, granted, again, I love Dreamville to death.
For sure.
But TDE has been around for so long. Like literally, I have seen TDE from when I used to watch the stuff or listen to their music and stuff like that. When people weren't listening to Kendrick Lamar, it literally started from the ground all the way up, And just to see the growth and the impact that he's had on all these different artists. Now, granted, they ain't really been putting out much in a minute.
Right.
But I don't know, because then you think about Dreamville, you think about the collab album, and it's just so freaking great.
With TDE, it's like they've kind of already solidified themselves in the music realm. With Dreamville, it's more like more people on the come up, but the people on the come up, they gonna be nasty. Like Jid is gonna be
Jid's nice.
Boss has been out for a minute, but he go hard. Earth Gang is good.
But see, the difference
Ari.
between Dreamville and TDE is very hard for. And Dreamville, granted, they do have some radio songs, but all of those artists aren't radio artists. Think about it.
Yeah, correct.
Boss could have been on the
yeah.
radio. You know what I'm saying? Who else? You know, Jid he's featured on a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. But he don't really got his song. Like, I feel but they on the come up though.
Yeah, facts. I love Dreamville. Shout out to Dreamville.
Dude, I saw somebody say even if you take Kendrick off of TDE, they still smoking Dreamville.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
you got a whole bunch of lyricists on there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Schoolboy, Absol, and these people that just be on the low, but it's like they pop out when it's time.
Yeah.
You know?
When I was in high school, that was probably when TDE was at its peak, man.
Yeah, they were. That time it was like around like
Good Kid, Mad City
2011.
Yeah.
2011 through like 2014-ish.
Yeah, they were
2013-ish. Yeah, they were nice. But good questions, Malik.
Whew, yes.
Good questions. But hey, that's
It's
episode
hard.
5.
Episode 5, y'all. We made it.
That's episode 5. We appreciate y'all tuning in. You guys know the drill.
Y'all know it, man. Y'all know.
Follow us at In the Clutch Pod. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We interact all day, every day via Instagram and Twitter.
Follow us, man. Interact with us, man. Show us some love, y'all.
Seriously, we have some good questions to ask our audience.
Yeah.
We would love for you guys to join in. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts. Apple Music is coming. It's on the way. Don't worry.
I promise y'all with all my heart, we gonna get Apple. We gonna get Apple to mess with us. It's
coming. But in the meantime, there's no excuse because everybody's on YouTube. So check us out on YouTube.
Subscribe, like,
all that stuff, share.
Please.
And yeah, this is In the Clutch Podcast. I'm Nia.
I am Malik.
And we will see y'all next episode.
Doses.